Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Bill, and I saw some questions bouncing around in one of the chats that I go by for cooking, and it's all about the misconception of how you really fry an egg. Well, so first of all, I'm going to back up a step and say gotta go find some good bacon, because without bacon it's no good. So that stuff you buy in the packages, that's really not cool. It's mostly water. So you find yourself a nice butcher who sells some nice bacon. This is Applewood smoked bacon, the real thing. It's not in a package with water. So when you cook it, you get real bacon grease, because that's really what you want to cook it. I mean, that's ideal. Now, I will confess that if you're desperate, which I've been many times, what I'll do is I use a little oil. It can be any kind of oil, like canola, vegetable oil, and put a little butter in just for flavor. But I've already cooked the bacon, so I got my pan, and I'm reheating the oil here a little bit, because you want it pretty toasty. And the whole issue is, I don't really think there are a whole lot of people out there, and some will probably disagree with me, but that want the white part of the egg. The white's runny, you want to cook the white. It's the yolk that everyone likes different. Some like it, and we used to use terms like over easy, over medium, over hard, but in actuality, you don't have to, because the origin of that way to cook an egg was you flipped it over, you broke the yolk. So it was always going to be pretty much over hard. I mean, you could make it kind of over medium if you were real careful. But when you're slinging hash in a diner and you got a flat top, you don't have the luxury. So it really is easier to cook eggs in a pan. And I got some bacon grease that's getting pretty darn toasty, I can see. And you know how you can tell it's changing consistency, it kind of gets little waves in it. And I want it fairly hot. This is really cool and easy, and when you're, when you really want to do it, and of course, the bigger the pan you cook the bacon in, the bigger the pan you got to cook eggs in. So if you want to cook multiple eggs, I just wanted to demonstrate, and it's all I demonstrated one. And oh, by the way, if you put like 3 eggs in a big 12-inch fry pan and they start to run together, guess what? You take your spatula and you cut it. Okay, it's not rocket science. And you want the oil hot enough that the egg doesn't really spread out. Now, of course, in this bacon grease, you're going to have little chunks of bacon, and that's there for flavor. And that's what's going to make it really good. So I'm going to pray that this is hot enough, or I'll be deleting this video and we'll move on to the next one. Okay. So I'm going to try and shoot for dead center. Sure, it instantly went white in there. I hear some rumbling in there, so it must have done something right. So I just want to get the base a chance to set. And then here's the big secret that no one wants you to know. So you take some of this grease and spoon it on the white. Because if I put some of the grease on the white's going to cook really fast, because this is really hot grease. And I can totally avoid the yolk if I want to keep the yolk, or I can splash a little line over it just for I'm sure this is something my grandmother did. And you know how the yolk is right around the white's around the base of the yolk. So we're just gonna splash some of this nice hot stuff on there. And I don't want my eggs to be round like they've been cooked in a some kind of a funny vessel so it fits on an English muffin. I don't think those are real English muffins anyways. So right now I can see that in essence this egg is perfect. And you see how quick that was? I'm going to tell you a little secret though, splash on there, is that what I love to do, I love to take this egg and put it on top of a nice big cheeseburger. I just, it's something I've always liked. So, check this out. Get your spatula under there, we're going to lose everything. I got some bacon, good bacon. Does that look good? And just to prove it, watch this. I'm gonna cut into it. White solid right at the edge. Oops. And your yolk's got some nice good creaminess to it. And doesn't that look great? If that's the way you like it, which is the way I like it, that's a perfect egg. So, that was really all I wanted to show you. I'll have a breakfast egg thing I really meant to show you, but I saw this question on the internet and I was like, let me answer that once and for all for everyone. So, have a great day. Try it. Just remember, keep spooning over as much as you want the yolk. If you want the yolk more cooked, you spoon over the yolk too. And have a great day. See you later. Hey, this is Bill. So I just did that video about frying the egg, and that was just kind of a side note. What I really wanted to show you was this thing called a breakfast burrito. So it's kind of funny that when I was in high school, I used to go to Watkins Glen Racetrack. We'd sleep in tents, and all we had was a Coleman stove and a single frying pan about this size, so you got really good at being creative. And of course everything was in the cooler. When you get up in the morning, you're really loading up for the day because you're going to be sweating, being out there working, hustling, and C, you might have had a few extra beers the night before that you need to get all this food in your stomach to get you back on track. So one of the guys taught me this, and back then we didn't have tortilla shells, so we didn't use burritos. We just would dump this on a plate, and I'm thinking, well, on the go food, man, if we had burrito shells, we'd just be wrapping up and eating it on our way. It's kind of cool. That was back when Watkins Glen was a Grand Prix track, and really cool racing. All right, so I got a little bit of butter in here. So I've got some sausage. Smoked sausage is great if you can find it. Once again, go to your local butcher shop. This I get at Wassey's. The link is below. Because it's going to have less fat and it's going to be a little more stable to sit in a cooler for a few days. And I just want to get that heated through. Just some little chunks. So basically, it's a link. I cut it in quarters and then sliced it. And just want to get started to cook here. And I like this. My butcher shop does like the flavor of the day. This one happened to be Korean barbecue flavored, which is really kind of cool. I was a little hesitant at first, but then I thought, oh, what the heck, I'll try it. And I did, and it's really great. All this homemade stuff they make, just fabulous. I can't say enough good things about it. And they do not sponsor or monetize me. I I pay for all this stuff out of my own pocket, so I can honestly say that I love going there. It's a great place. All right, so we got this heated through. It didn't take a whole lot of time because we want it small. Remember, you're getting up, you're trying to get ready in a hurry. So I got some onion, basically rough slices, cut it a few different ways so you got some pieces that you want. And I was thinking about it, and back then we used to have like an old green pepper because that's the only kind of pepper we knew. I think in this day and age, I think some jalapenos. These are actually fresh local red jalapenos. I love these things. Fresh from the garden. Get the onion in there too. Everything get a little cooked. Usually we'd be in such a hurry, you really didn't have time to cook everything the right way. So we found a lot of cheap methods, but like for instance, I really learned that raw onion is okay. Right here we actually going to take time just to soften up a little bit. And video I did the other day, I was showing you when you're cutting jalapenos, you cut the end off, and you're just going to cut until you get resistance, because that's when you're really getting into the seeds and the veins. And for those first few cuts, if there are any seeds, they're just going to fly away anyways. So you're really not going to get a whole lot of seeds and veins when you do this. Plus, when I take them off from the cutting board, I don't scrape them into the pan. I literally pick them up. So if there are any seeds, they're bye-bye, baby. So by this time, hopefully someone's already got some coffee brewing. Alright. So I just want to get that onion a little translucent. The sausage is definitely cooked. Everything smells really good. Jalapenos are giving off a little bit of something. Obviously, we didn't have a whole lot of utensils, and everything had to be washed in the shower room or restroom room. So we didn't waste a whole lot. So one of the other things that I've learned is you can mix the eggs up right in the pan. So, one. 3 seems to be about the perfect amount for me. Normally I wouldn't wait this long. But anyways, so start stirring. Take your spatula, start stirring it up. Break the yolks. And of course, because we didn't know any better, the only seasoning we would have would be some black pepper in a shaker, but I'm not going to do that. But I'll just put a little of this on, just for the fun of it. And we're just going to mix it around. real trick is we need to, whatever, you want some cheese. I got some Munster cheese here. It's gonna thaw, it's gonna melt really quick and easy because the fact that I'm not gonna be able to put it in the oven. I'm not camping, right? It's amazing we didn't have microwaves back then. Cheese kind of punched down in here. Actually, when I graduated from high school, I went on a camping trip with two of my buddies, and I showed them how to do this. They're pretty impressed. Cheese has definitely changed consistency now. It's nice and melted. Like I said, we used American because that was probably the only cheese we knew. Probably the only cheese they had in the store. Probably bought the individually wrapped just so it was easier, because you know what happens, you put everything in the cooler and as the ice melts. Alright, check this out. I'm going to fancify this. I didn't feel like using a paper plate, I will admit. But got myself a nice big burrito shell. And I'm just going to So now you got your plate, take it away and tell me if you don't think, I'd put a toothpick in it if I want it to stick. Tell me you don't think that would be the greatest way to have breakfast. Isn't that great? Looks great. Okay, so like I always say, please subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell so you can see what other great things I make. But this is hot, so I'm going to eat it now. And I just want you to think about how much fun you can have with something as simple as that. This is something that when your kids are getting a little older and they're a little fussy and they don't want to eat their Lucky Charms or whatever, teach them how to make this. They can make it with a little supervision in the beginning. You know, it's good to learn some nice skills, how to cook things really simply. You know, if they're a little too young, you're afraid they can't really dump it out of the pan. Well, you know, that's for adults to come in, or they can spoon it or do whatever they want. But anyway, as you saw, one pan meal, pretty straightforward. And I want you to try it, enjoy it, and please subscribe.